You may have heard of it, you may have not. It's one of those places where people say, where is that? Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite small towns outside of Ann Arbor, Milan, Michigan. Now, you might have seen this name on a map before and thought, is that Milan? Like Italy? Nope, it is pronounced Milan, and people are making the choice to move there. In some of my other videos, we've talked a lot about the Ann Arbor area, but there's more to Michigan than just Ann Arbor. If you're looking for a more affordable option that gives you a little bit of a slower pace and more space between you and your neighbors, you're gonna wanna stick around to hear about Milan and what it has to offer. If not to move there, you'll at least want to visit. Let's go ahead and get started. With interest rates and home prices being so high, people are increasingly looking for options that give them their champagne taste, but keep it on a budget. And I think Milan can check a lot of those boxes for most people. Let's start by talking about what Milan is like as a city and what it has to offer. If you haven't been there before, I'm gonna do my best to paint a picture for you so that you get a good feel for what living in Milan and visiting Milan is really like. One of my favorite things about Milan is the super cute downtown area. It has really evolved over the last 10 years or so, and now it's filled with great shops that are really boutique and one of a kind. There's a great coffee shop, a brewery, an amazing bakery, and a few really cute, unique retail spots. There's even a yarn and textile shop. I mean, how unique is that? I also love that they've recently added an indoor play area that you can take your kids to for a great rainy day activity. And when the weather is nice, you can explore the park that's right downtown as well. You'll have a great view of Ford Lake, and you can spend your time walking the trails around the park, playing basketball, having a picnic, or enjoying the splash pad that they just installed for the summer. The city has really worked to grow the park and offer additional activities for families. You can just feel that they care about visitors and the community is thoughtfully planning out additions to the town. I do think the one thing that is lacking that I have to mention is the food options. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a few restaurants in Milan, but they are mostly takeout places and fast food. And there really isn't anything that offers healthy or dietary restricted menus. Now, because it's a smaller town, you're just not gonna find the widest selection of gluten-free, vegetarian, or other specialty options. It's a small price to pay for all of the other good things about Milan. Now, one thing that Milan definitely doesn't lack is a sense of community. In addition to the locally owned businesses, Milan loves to have community events that bring everyone together. One of those, and my personal favorite, is Third Thursdays, which is a monthly event series in the summer where they have food trucks, live music, and sometimes special offers downtown. They also do an annual wine crawl that sells out every year, a winter fest, and they do fun decorations throughout the seasons that locals can take part in, like decorating scarecrows and Christmas trees, and they put them up around downtown. If I had to compare Milan to a fictional city, the best comparison that I can come up with is Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. It's the town where people get to know each other, they shop locally, and it just seems like it runs at a slightly slower pace, which is kind of nice considering the busier Ann Arbor and Detroit areas that many people commute to for their work week. Now, let's talk about affordability. Compared to its larger neighbor to the north, housing costs are much more budget friendly here. Whether you're in the market for a home that's in a subdivision or you want a spacious farm with acreage, you're gonna find that your dollar stretches a lot further here. The average home cost in Milan is right around $300,000, but word is spreading about its affordable prices. Homes in Milan have increased by 14.5% in just the last year because it's one of the last affordable places within 30 minutes of Ann Arbor. So if you do want to get in on a lower priced home, now is the time to explore this option before you're forced to expand your search more than 30 minutes outside Ann Arbor. And speaking of distance, let's not forget about one of the most important factors, the commute. If you're someone that is going to be driving into an office, or maybe you like to live a little bit removed from the activities and the restaurants that you like to go to, Milan might be the perfect fit. It's right off of the highway, which means it's quick and easy to jump on and be in Ann Arbor in 20 to 30 minutes tops. And not only is it convenient to commute to Ann Arbor, it's also pretty equally easy to get to Toledo or downtown Detroit for those commuters as well. That'll take you about 40 to 45 minutes. It's also not as big of a town, so you won't be stuck in traffic like you would in Ann Arbor or going to some other towns. The only thing that might slow you down when driving around Milan is the occasional tractor. Yes, they do drive on the more outskirt country roads during crop harvesting season, and they can cause a 5-minute delay occasionally. Now, this isn't something that you have to worry about on the regular, but I've been stuck behind one more than once, and I do have to say it's just as annoying as bumper to bumper traffic. At least it doesn't happen very often, and it gives you a pretty funny story to tell if you do get stuck behind one. So why are people moving to Milan, Michigan? It's for the cute downtown, the community feel, and the great neighbors that you'll gain. And it just so happens that you're also gonna save a good chunk of money choosing to live 30 minutes away and commuting into the Ann Arbor area. Now, you might get stuck behind a tractor or have to venture out a little bit for more food options, but I think that's a small sacrifice. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Is it worth living a little bit further out for a community like this? Or would you miss the Ann Arbor amenities? And as always, no matter if you're looking to make a move a week from now, a month from now, or even a year from now, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice.